Hello everybody, Dan Babis here. Welcome back to Daily Soap Dish. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below because we cover a ton of 90 Day Fiancé right here on the channel. Alright guys, so let's get into it. Today we have a story for you about Ben Rathbun and Mahogany Rocca, and we've done a few stories about this couple in the previous weeks, I guess. One of the last stories that we did was about Ben, who's basically been blaming everybody but himself for his past transgressions, notably with the law. So if you guys remember, Ben got arrested for a DUI violation last month, I believe, and he came out about a week ago or so, and he said that the reason why he got that DUI in the first place was because he was out one night at the Red Roof Inn somewhere in Michigan, and he was offered a drink by a homeless couple, and that drink ended up being spiked. And as a result, he got arrested and he got booked. I believe it was an OWI at first, and then that was somehow changed to a DUI. And so he's blaming the homeless couple for that. Also, he's blamed TMZ for putting out an article that basically got him fired from his job at the Lupus Foundation in Michigan. And so he's kind of blaming everybody but himself for basically everything that goes wrong in his life. Now, today is no different because Ben actually went and blamed 90 Day Fiancé, the show, for his relationship woes with Mahogany. So it's not his fault. It's not his fault that he didn't listen to Mahogany when she told him, Ben, don't come to Peru. And he still went, right? And he got ghosted. Eventually she showed up. It's not his fault. It's the show's fault. So let's take a look at what the article is about today that we're going to be taking a look at. So this comes from Screen Rant right here. Now, Ben Rathbun says the show ruined his relationship with Mahogany. Ben Rathbun blamed 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days in an emotional Instagram post for Mahogany Rocca not wanting to be together with him. Ben Rathbun is blaming the show for damaging his relationship with Mahogany. At 52, Ben went looking for love in 22-year-old Mahogany's inbox and thought he had found it. And I think he also said that God placed her in his heart as well. Even though Mahogany never fell in love with Ben, she dreamed of having a family and kids with him. And their shared fate and these intimate conversations prompted Ben into going to Peru to meet Mahogany, while she hadn't even shown him her real face. As expected, Mahogany broke up with Ben during their 90 Day Fiancé finale, but in the tell-all, Ben revealed that he and Mahogany had got back together after he took a second trip to Peru and San Bartolo. Mahogany was a catfish who was using filters on her Instagram and Facebook, and Ben was aware of it. However, he still sent her a $1,000 on a loan and believed her when she said that she was too shy to not do a video call with him. But the tables turned when Mahogany accused Ben of being different and hiding secrets about his past from her. She refused to trust the man despite Ben ignoring Mahogany's red flags, such as her lying about her age or claiming a rented apartment was her actual home. Ben still wanted to try things out with Mahogany because he visited her again without any cameras. It seems that Mahogany was scared of trusting Ben because he wanted their first meeting to be captured on a 90 Day Fiancé. Now, let's see what else it says here. So, yeah, basically that's kind of a little bit of what happened on the season of 90 Day Fiancé. I don't know if we ever got proof that, that place was rented. It was very obviously rented. And, that's kind of when my opinion on Ben changed at least just a little bit, because he was actually saying everything that all of us viewers were thinking, which is that Mahogany is lying, and she's showing this fake Airbnb rented place and pretending like it's her own. And it's like, these red flags were kind of like alarm bells were going off in Ben's head. It was kind of interesting because we all thought, right, that the whole angle was scripted and fake from the very beginning. So why would Ben actually, spill the tea himself that this place is rented? So, something kind of changed at that moment. Let's see what else it says here. In the lengthy Instagram story defending Mahogany, Ben revealed that Mahogany was incredibly wise to not immediately accept unconditionally to accept him unconditionally into her life. Yes, she wanted to meet me and she loved me, but she rightly questioned my intentions when I came with an entire TV show to meet her for the first time. So, I don't know if you guys can see that, but okay, I'll just finish reading and I have some thoughts about that. Now, former pastor Ben confessed. As per Ben, Mahogany didn't want any attention or to become a celebrity via B90 because she has a beautiful heart off camera. All Mahogany wanted was to get to know Ben. I made this impossible by convincing her to be on the show. He added, was this all a mistake? It certainly damaged our relationship. Whoa. So, oh boy. Okay. All right. I have some thoughts about that. I don't buy that. I flat out just don't buy what Ben is saying there. If you guys remember, we did a post about maybe 3 weeks ago to a month ago where we saw that Mahogany actually went, I forget the school, it was some kind of theater school in Lima, Peru, right? And we saw Mahogany's pictures. She went to a theater school, which is like an acting school in Peru. So we have proof that Mahogany has at least some acting experience or at least education in her back pocket. So when Ben says that she didn't want exposure, I find that incredibly hard to believe, considering that she went to acting school and didn't look like she wanted to be with Ben. It kind of looks like Mahogany doesn't necessarily mind the exposure. Perhaps she doesn't know what to do with it because she's not super active on social media, and perhaps she doesn't like to be seen without all the filters on her face, because if you still go on her profile to this day, she still uses filters, even though we've all seen that she looks completely different than what she does when she has filters on. So perhaps that's the reason why she doesn't necessarily want everyone to see her, but I find it very hard to believe that she doesn't want exposure when everyone, myself included, thought that most of this whole romance angle was kind of fake and phony and was a way to drum up basically exposure for both Ben, who I also think really enjoys the exposure, and for Mahogany. So I don't buy what Ben is saying there at all, guys. But you guys let me know if you see it differently. All right, let's see what was said in this message. Mahogany is one of the kindest, most sincere and loving people that I have ever met, and I have fallen in love with her. She was incredibly wise. So basically what he said here was this all a mistake? It certainly damaged our relationship. For now, just know that a lot has happened off camera, and be slow to judge when you haven't seen it all. Mahogany is an amazing woman with incredible patience and kindness. She supported and loved me, though the public constantly belittled her, and even though I was so much older and made many embarrassing mistakes on this journey, she is amazingly strong, loyal, and brave. I hope people can see that. So yeah, that's a pretty long message right there by Ben. And let's just read the last part of this article here. Ben and Mahogany appear to have gotten back together, although the tell-all finale left things on a cliffhanger for them. When host Sean Robinson asked Mahogany if they're boyfriend and girlfriend, she spoke about wanting him to prove himself more. When Kim Menzies butted in to say that Ben coming to Peru twice was proof enough of his commitment, Ben defended Mahogany by saying their relationship is still young. This is what I wanted to get to. Public sighting of Ben and Mahogany took place after the tell-all was filmed, which proves he did go to Peru for the third time, and things did work out between the controversial couple. Okay. So that's what I wanted to get to you guys today. So just a few things there. So Ben went to Peru not once, not twice, but 3 times in total. So he went to Peru for the second time when the cameras weren't rolling, and based on everything that I'm getting, this was obviously before the tell-all. Now, after the tell-all, we obviously did a video about this. It was about a month and a half ago or so. He went back to Peru. So he went there 3 times in total. And when we saw that picture, it was a picture, I don't have it right now here, but it was just a simple picture of Ben and Mahogany at a mall holding hands together. I think they were wearing a mask, and they were just holding hands together. And we didn't really know what to make of that, because based on everything that we were seeing on the show, it just did not look like this couple had a chance in hell at working out. And we also, some people also thought that perhaps that picture was a plant to drum up interest for the show and to make us kind of not sure about whether or not this couple does work out or doesn't work out, because on the show it doesn't look like they're working out, but perhaps in real life, they're still together. And so we weren't sure if that picture was a plant or not. The information we're getting now is making it seem like this couple is working on things, as weird as that sounds, because they're not compatible. Mahogany, I don't really get what she did in the tell-all finale. She was trying to get away from Ben, but what's weird about that is that just like literally the episode before, she came back out of nowhere, and apparently for no real reason, because she had just ghosted Ben at that crazy fancy and beautiful resort that they went to, right? She just left him there, and Ben was completely shell-shocked, and he had to take his own cab back to San Bartolo. But then she comes back the day after or so, and she kisses him. It was all very weird. It didn't make any sense. And then once again afterwards, she also tries to get away from him. So Ben does come off like a kind of stalker, creeper type, but Mahogany did lead him on at least a little bit. So very bizarre kind of storytelling and relationship between these two. What I'm getting here, though, is I do believe that these two are coming back on the show. That's what I'm getting. Their third trip might have been filmed, or perhaps was filmed by Ben, vlog style, and they will include that on some spin-off like 90 Day Diaries or perhaps a Single Life. Actually, it can be the Single Life because he's not single. Perhaps 90 Day Diaries or some other spin-off. I'm not exactly sure, but it sounds like we're going to see more of Ben and Mahogany in the future. So yeah, and Ben basically blaming the show for his relationship not working out. I still don't understand the rant. This is not the first time with Ben that I just don't get the rants, right? He's blamed the homeless couple for his DUI, right? He's also said that he's not a predator because even though he's 52 years old, unlike other 52-year-old men, he works out, he keeps in shape, and that makes him not a predator in his own head. Truly bizarre logic. And once again, this doesn't make a lot of sense for me. It seems like every time Ben talks, something just doesn't really make sense. But this is what he said. This is a recent post, so I just wanted to show you guys this as well. This is a post of him hugging Mahogany, and he kind of says more of the same. It's just very odd because we don't really get to see what he's saying. Mahogany is one of the kindest, most sincere and loving people I have ever met, but TV gives a very small, heavily edited sample of who someone is. She was incredibly wise to not immediately accept me unconditionally into her life. So off camera, she has a beautiful heart. People may never know. So I guess a little bit of the same kind of tone of message that we saw. But once again, you guys have seen it this season, right? We have had Usman blame the editing. I think Mikey also blamed the editing as well. And I'm probably forgetting somebody, but a lot of people blame the editing. Ben is just the latest. He's actually blaming the editing, not for his own edit, but for Mahogany's edit. And I find that a little bizarre because I'm not exactly sure what kind of edit they really should have given Mahogany based on the actions or based on what we saw on camera. But Ben is blaming the editing. I wonder if something is going on behind the scenes with these two. If the tell-all and just kind of seeing the whole season once again has caused more issues for them, because I don't really know why he would be going after TLC. I don't think TLC really gave them, either of them, a bad edit, and if they did have a bad edit, I think it's because they did it themselves, really. But that's the news, guys, on Ben and Mahogany. So it looks like they're still together. Ben went to Peru 3 times. I think he was there recently last month. I think he's back in the U.S. now. And so it looks like they're still together. I'm not sure if they're on good terms. Sounds a little shaky. But Ben blaming TLC editing for Mahogany looking bad, I guess. And, he's just not really happy with what transpired. And he also blames the show for his relationship. So I don't know, guys. I have a hard time making, you know, head and tails of what Ben says a lot of times. He can sound really smart, but he can also make no sense whatsoever. So you guys let me know what you make of this whole thing. Do you think that Ben is right when he says that Mahogany got a bad edit? Do you think that he's right when he's saying that the show is to blame for his relationship woes with Mahogany? You guys let me know what you make of this whole thing in the comment section down below, guys. Do you guys want to see Ben and Mahogany back on the show? Because it sounds like we might see them again, although perhaps not on the main show, perhaps just on a spin-off. But if there's enough demand, TLC can make it happen. So if you guys want to see them again, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm not sure that I care to see them again, but perhaps some other people feel differently. So this is going to do for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. Please hit that subscribe button down below, guys. And we will see you guys on the next one. Take care.